Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This week's goodie is going to be an unboxing and a little review on the Sega Genesis Arcade Master by AT Games. Now, no matter how you feel about game emulation, this is just going to be an unboxing and an honest review to see what I think about the joystick itself and how the games run and play. We'll get into the whole emulation thing maybe a little later in the episode. Here we go. And then this is the arcade table outside of the box. It has a joystick, nice and clicky. We have our on-off button, a start, a menu, a spot to notify you when the power is on or off. We have our SD card slot, and then we have 6 buttons. And again, it says Arcade Master with the 2 Golden Axe characters, a Virtua Fighter character, and Sonic the Hedgehog. So the joystick feels really good. It's got, I don't know, for me I like that clicky sound. The buttons all seem nice and responsive, very quick, no stick to them. All of the buttons up here have more of a force press to it, so I guess there's not going to be any accidental start menu or on-off button touching. Not much in the way of wires. There's 2 plugs, one for the AC adapter, and then you have your video and 1 audio output. On researching this item, the Sega Arcade Master, what I noticed was the price variations. In my area around Montreal, Quebec, I've noticed that this goes for between $35 and $50 brand new. I was lucky enough to find mine for $20 in a pharmacy, a Pharmaprix, but usually the going rate for this is, $35 to $50. Looking on eBay and also Amazon, I've noticed that these things can go for upwards to $100 brand new. So aside from being a really functional and fun little gaming system to play with, I think I had one heck of a deal as well. So a little information for you right from the horse's mouth. This is from atgames.net. So they say that the Arcade Master is an advanced tabletop gaming console loaded with classic Sega Genesis games, including the wildly popular Virtua Fighter 2, Streets of Rage 1 and 2, Sonic 3D, and 22 other Sega games. You can use the SD card slot to expand your game playing options. Great joystick action. And then some of the features that they list are ergonomic design for ultimate tabletop arcade experience, first fighting stick with pre-installed Sega games, plug into a TV and play, SD card slot for more game download, hyper color menu display, joystick and full-size arcade keys, built-in 26 Sega Genesis games, AC power adapter, and the item dimensions are 13.2 inches by 9 by 4.2 inches. There are some really good games on here. Now the joystick and button placement takes a little getting used to, but once you do it's fine. Obviously it's great right out of the box for the fighting games. The SD card I'm not going to go through, guys, just because there's so many other channels and videos that you can find how to download it. You just have to download it to an SD card, pops in like so, and there's 3 pages worth of games. This will pop up at the end. You can select it and play your games as you want to. Now, aside from getting used to the joystick and button layout for certain games, the only real problem, and it's not huge, but the only real problem that I had with the Arcade Master is that there's no available extra like port for another controller. A lot of these games are 2 players, and a lot of the games that I have on the SD card are 2 players. That's the only thing that seems to suffer for the Arcade Master. AT Games has made similar units like this that you can plug in Genesis controllers to. That's the only thing that I wish this had because of the Golden Axe, the Street Fighter. There's still fun games, but those games usually benefit from playing as 2 players. That's, you know, not a huge deal. This is still really fun, well put together, a solid piece. But I just wish I could have, you know, some sort of way of having 2 players. And of course the games that come with the system. Now again guys, I do highly recommend that you download some games and take advantage of the SD card slot. But the games that are available with the Arcade Master are Alex Kidd, Alien Storm, Altered Beast, Arrow Flash, Chakan, Comic Zone, Columns, Columns 3, Crackdown, Eternal Champions, Flicky, Gain Ground, Golden Axe, Golden Axe 3, Jewel Master, Kid Chameleon, Streets of Rage 2, Shinobi 3, Shadow Dancer, Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast, The Ooze, which is a really weird game, Vector Man 2, and Virtua Fighter. So you're going to have to forgive the glare and that little bit of flicker, guys. I have this hooked up to a tube TV right now, but this is just to show you what the menu looks like. All the games coming up. And of course, if you have an SD card inserted, I'll just take a moment here. And then as many games as you have uploaded. I think I have 80. Yeah, I think there was 80 on this one. All Genesis games. I haven't tested it yet, but again, looking at a little bit of research, other ROMs will work. Some Super Nintendo ROMs will work. Like I said, I haven't tested it yet, but I've read that it worked. So I think that'll be my next little adventure for the weekend. You can see, you can just go through all the games. Loading game. Now I'm all for playing games on the console with the original paddle, using the cartridge. That's the way I like to retro play. But for a quick and dirty fix, there's nothing wrong with the Arcade Master. If you want to put some emulation ROMs on a SD card and play those, so much the better. Sometimes games are just too expensive. I have an example. I have a whole bunch of Super Nintendo games, all the emulation, all the ROM games on a Sega Dreamcast. That's how I play stuff like EVO right now. Just because I don't see, I can't justify spending $200 and up playing those games. Like, how many of you bought Earthbound on the Wii U? I know I have. So sometimes you gotta emulate. Again, if I had the choice, I would rather play on the cart, but something like the Arcade Master, for what I picked it up for, $20, and they go for, like I mentioned, about 30 to 40. This was a really smart investment. You get a lot of good games out of it. You can add games to the library. So this is getting a thumbs up. That's going to do it for this episode and this week, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel so you're always up to date on the newest episodes. In the comments, guys, I'd really like to hear your thoughts on emulation. Are you for, are you against, or do you honestly just don't care? Until next time, guys, I hope you find all that good stuff for your collection. Take care, and I'll see you when I see you. Hi, I'm in Delaware.